850,000 fireworks. That is the actual plan for Washington, D.C.'s 4th of July celebrations. And they've got every mortar, bottle rocket, and Roman candle in the Western Hemisphere. Every porch melter, thunder weasel, lawn screamer, dog traumatizer, Husker do's, Husker don'ts, Nipsey daisers, with or without the scooter stick, and triple fused Patriot howlers that every roadside stand in America could cough up. All of it will be blown up over one city in a 40-minute span because Donald Trump found out that the Philippines currently holds a world record. And all of the grievances that this man has had, it's the fireworks record that looks like it's the last straw for him. And yes, I had to throw in a little bit of a Joe Dierte reference, but I had to make it more Freedom 250 for you. But now, Trump-aligned group, the group Freedom 250, they are officially trying to break the Guinness World Record for the largest fireworks display in history, which is already currently held by Manila. And Manila set off 809,000 shells back in 2016 for New Year's Eve. And Washington's normal 4th of July show used about 7 or 8,000 fireworks last year by the Park Service's own count. So this one is going to be 100 times bigger. And they're going to launch it from the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool, which sounds like a great idea. And they're going to launch some from the West Potomac Park and from 8 barges on the Potomac. And Trump, you know what? He's telling you exactly how he wants this described. In all caps, he says, the largest fireworks show in history. And look, folks have already captured federal workers on camera this week forklifting pallets of explosives around the reflecting pool like it's a Costco loading dock. And sure, they do always shoot off fireworks from near the reflecting pool, but not 100 times the normal amount. 4th of July is going to come with a lot of shock and algae. And look, this whole celebration is shaping up to be a really rough day for anybody in attendance because Trump decided he is going to speak in person. And because of that, Homeland Security has classified the entire celebration as a national special security event with inauguration level security, which means they've banned items like chairs. You can't bring a cooler, no balls, no frisbees, no aerosols, no lighters, no vapes, and no spray sunscreen. So to capture this, you will have to stand in a heat advisory with highs near 100 with a feel like of about 105. And it's in the middle of a historic drought for hours, all because Donald Trump's ego wants to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. And look, the hours part is a real problem here because Trump is scheduled to give a 45-minute speech before they shoot off a single shell. He's supposed to start at 9:50, but you gotta look out for the weave. And a Secret Service official told Axios, quote, he could take a half hour, he could take more. I'm betting on more because Mayor Muriel Bowser says the fireworks won't start until at least 11 p.m. Freedom 250's own website, they're saying 10:30. And look, nobody agrees because the start time, frankly, just depends entirely on how long Donald Trump decides to talk about himself on our country's 250th birthday. Officials have not even ruled out that this thing could bleed way past midnight onto July 5th. So honest question here. If you are someone who lives anywhere near DC, are you actually standing outside 4+ hours in the heat for this? Tell me in the comments, because normally I love fireworks, but this is a lot. And look, there is another issue, and it's because there's a lot of fireworks. We're talking about pollution. And an NYU team studied a Macy's fireworks show back in 2023 that had 60,000 shells, a fraction of this. And they found that fine particle pollution at their monitors jumped from the normal 10 or 15 micrograms per cubic meter to over 1,000. One of their sites measured over 3,000. And the EPA's own 24-hour safety line is 35. This show is 14 times bigger than the one they studied and the one that produced those numbers. It's going to be a disaster. And when reporters asked the EPA about this, the EPA gave a real answer from an actual spokesperson that emailed back the following, and I've got to get this exactly right. Fireworks are awesome, and we hope everyone enjoys the incredible shows. That is your federal government's official public health position. Awesome. And look, the shells, by the way, are going to rain perchlorates and heavy metals into the Potomac, and neither of those sound good. And there's drought, so that means the pollution is going to linger even longer instead of flushing out. You also have ospreys in the middle of their breeding season, and they spook off their nests so easily at loud noises, which is going to leave chicks exposed to predators. And by the way, a fifth of the world's ospreys live around the Chesapeake. So sure, fireworks are awesome. Screw the birds, screw the air that you're breathing. And look, the 4th of July, that's the big meal, but the appetizer came last night where Trump headlined the first Mount Rushmore fireworks in 6 years. In a county that's 100% in drought, where past shows already sparked 21 small fires and a wildfire burned 9,000 acres just a county over a month ago. And in 2020, Trump gave a defense of Rushmore's fireworks saying, "What can burn? It's stone." Well, to the idiot in chief, nobody's worried about setting fire to the stone, you dolt. Everyone is worried about the national forest attached to the stone. So we're going to see if our national forest is on fire from this thing. And look, these shows in a heat wave during a drought just so that Donald Trump, who didn't pay for, set up, design, or contribute in any meaningful way, can claim a record. Even if it means turning a national forest and our nation's capital into a hellscape. Well, more so than it already is. And that's why I'm going to ask you to subscribe, because I cannot wait to cover how this thing actually plays out.